The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 126 to 106. The Bucks blew out the Lakers in this game, but I will say at the start of the game it was somewhat competitive in the sense in the first half the Lakers put up a good fight. Just at one point in time the Bucks were up by like 12, like 50 to 38, and it seemed like they were going to blow them out. Then Luka suddenly caught fire and he nearly brought the Lakers back to a tie in this game. I think he cut the lead all the way down to 2, but the Bucks would answer and they would end up going up by several points at halftime. Luka at halftime had like 29 points. He was just dominating on the offensive end. For the game, he finished with 45 points on 14 of 27 shooting, 7 of 13 shooting from 3. He had like a vintage Luka game, I would say, at least when it came to scoring. Granted, he had a lot of turnovers. 6 turnovers is not going to cut it, but 45 points and 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. Overall, pretty good stat line. And the only other guy besides Luka that played good on the Lakers was Austin Reeves with 28 points on 10 of 17 shooting. The game just lost control for the Lakers, I would say, in the third quarter when the Bucks just had enough of playing around, fooling around, and put the defensive clamps on the Lakers and was able to just take over the game, getting a double-digit lead and going into the fourth quarter. The Bucks never looked back. They were up by 20, I think, at the start of the fourth quarter, within a few minutes of the fourth quarter. So the game was decided very early, I would say, in the third quarter. The Bucks decided to finish this game. For the Bucks side, Giannis, Damian Lillard, Brook Lopez, and Kevin Porter Jr., they all had good games where 4 of them scored 20 or more points, which is great for team balance if you want to look at the scoring opportunities by the Bucks. This was a complete performance as a team. They were on team fire, as they would say. But I would say this was a very important win for the Bucks. They needed to get the win to keep their hopes alive of preserving the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. I don't think the Bucks can get a top 3 seed in the East, but keeping the 4th seed is very attainable. Now in this game, the Lakers were shorthanded and grossly overmatched by a superior Bucks team, and they are hurting right now. This loss now puts them at 4th place in the Western Conference, and they have potential to fall to 5th place if they lose their next game or two. I think if they lose their next game, you look at their record, they would then be behind the Rockets by a game. So they would fall to 5th place. Lakers have to be very careful in the sense that they're losing a lot of games right now. They could easily fall to even the 6th seed in the Western Conference if they're not careful, with the Warriors now surging. Just let's look at their schedule. Coming up, they have Denver. That to me is another loss, I would say. Phoenix, they should get Phoenix, but then again, you never know. Just anything's possible. I'll give them the Phoenix game. And then they should get the game against San Antonio, but then they play the Nuggets and Bucks again. So they have a very tough stretch these next 4 or 5 games. That gets really hard. And then towards the end of the season, it gets hard again. You just look at it. They'll have a stretch starting in late March and early April where they play Memphis, Rockets, Golden State, and the Thunder twice. So it's a very difficult stretch, and then they play the Rockets again. So the Lakers could easily finish in 5th or 6th place if they don't somehow put together some wins. They're in a dire circumstance or situation, as they would say. And I have to say, I know I'm a hater, but I'm loving it. I want the Lakers to fall out of the top 4 seeds in the West and just get a seed that's below 4th place, which would pretty much force them to play without home court advantage for the rest of the playoffs, which I need to see happen because historically only one team in NBA history has won a title without home court advantage for the whole entire playoffs, and that was the 1995 Houston Rockets. It's only been done once in the 70-some years of the NBA. So, yes, I would bet against the Lakers not having that same success as that 95 Rockets team did have if they end up not getting home court for the rest of the playoffs. I'm willing to bet the field against the Lakers. I am rooting for their failure because I'm just tired of ESPN being on their nuts. Just had to be truthful. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say.